Hi there, my name's Stevie P. I'd like to just do a guide on this particular battle, which is when you face Abzu in Chapter 10, Rough Waters, just after you get flushed down into the sewers by Corneo. And he's a behemoth creature that seems to do a lot of physical attacks and is quite difficult at first until you know some tips and tricks that make it an absolute delight of a fight, which is what I want to show you. The goal with these guides isn't necessarily to provide the most efficient way of defeating the enemy, but just the most surefire way that's foolproof and fun and easy. So that's the goal. And to really show you how that works with this fight, I want to start off with some bad news, which is that Cloud, contrary contrary to what I've seen in some other guides, Cloud is not the star of the show. Not if you want an easy, fun fight. The star of the show is Tifa, particularly with parry materia, because whoever you have selected is who the enemy is most likely to attack. And if you've got Tifa selected with parry, she can just dodge the overwhelming majority of Abzu's attacks with ease, making this fight so much easier. I've been through some playthroughs of this fight where I've basically not taken any damage at all. It is possible. I've got fire materia equipped with elemental, which just means that she'll be damaging him with the element that he is weak against. And I've also got fire on Aerith so that she can use fire, the second level of that attack, on his horns to pressurize him, which is what you want because you'll then be using your focus strike and your focus thrust abilities with Cloud and Tifa to increase pressure to the point that he is staggered. And in the meantime, you're also using unbridled strength on Tifa to build up her chi levels. To build up her chi levels, I've also got ATB boost, which I use at the beginning of the fight to build up a bit of ATB. And I've also got concentration enabled on her weapon that gives a 50% chance that she's going to start the fight with level 2 chi. So that the strategy is to build up her chi whilst pressurizing the enemy then when he's staggered, using all of Tifa's chi abilities, so Rise and Fall, Omni Strike, and Whirling or Whirlwind Uppercut, together with a couple of dive kicks to just inflict an insane amount of damage on Abzu. That's basically our strategy in this battle. And I've also put Tifa as the leader so that she can start the fight straight away, being able to hopefully build up her chi as quickly as possible. So starting this fight, I can see that concentration has activated, which is fantastic. She's already on chi level 2. Now I'm just going to use ATB boost, run in there, do an uppercut, then dive out of the way very quickly because he's going to pound the ground. And whilst I'm away, use unbridled strength. And boom, we have now got chi level 3 right at the beginning of the fight, which is tremendous. As a general rule with Abzu, you want to stay kind of away until you know what he's doing. Because he'll do things like that where he charges. And if you're close to him, he will 100% hit you. So you want to know what he's doing and be 100% sure of what he's doing. Now he's just done charge, so that gives me a tiny little window to attack him, put some pressure using... I use a lot of Tifa's ability over, I think, what's it called now? Overdrive or something like that, which increases pressure on the enemy when they are not already pressured. It increases the likelihood that they are going to be put into a pressurized state. So I used that just now. But more importantly, Aerith can use fire, and you want to use it on one of the horns. And you want to use it in a gap where you know he's going to be available to be hit. Because what he does as well, he jumps up onto the railing, and while he's jumping up, he's invulnerable to being pressurized. But right now he's doing bash and smash, where he's going to hit the floor a number of times. And he will be vulnerable during that time to fire to one of the horns. So we're going to do that. And then using parry, just jump out of the way. But he got interrupted by the fire attack, which has put him into a pressurized state. And as you can see, he is on fire. Now we use focus attacks to increase the pressure on him. And this is basically the pattern that we're going to be using. Focus strike with Tifa also builds up her ATB, making it almost possible to just spam that ability, which is really, really powerful. So he's going to emerge now, having just recovered from where he was. Now, I'm just jumping away because I'm not quite sure what he's going to do yet. He's jumping up onto the railing. when he's on the railing in this first phase of the battle, what he's going to do is pounce. Now, I have not found a better way of dodging that than using parry on Tifa. You can use a normal dodge roll with Tifa or Cloud, not with Aerith, but with Tifa or Cloud, if you get the timing just right, you can dodge his pounce ability. But it's still very difficult and you need to get the timing right. When you have parry equipped, all you need to do is wait until you see the word pounce and then dodge like crazy. Well, parry to the left or the right. So let's wait until we see the word pounce and then parry, parry, parry. There you go. Now that was not difficult. And he's now on the ground and he's in a pressurized state. So we just do a couple of focus attacks. It's only a brief moment of him being vulnerable. Now he does this move called backwash spout. What you want to do is look around to look for signs of danger. Okay, so backwash spout. There's different moves called very similar things, but they do different things. So you'll have to different moves that they look very similar in the name. So backwash spout. Now there's another one called something very similar, but they do different things. So with this one, he's going to conjure a whirlwind. That whirlwind is going to move in your direction. Now again with parry, you just easily dodge out of the way. There you go. Whirlwind is on its way, but she's dodged it with absolutely no difficulty at all. One thing that I do a lot is use overpower. That's an ability that's very quick that also increases the chance that he's going to move into a pressurized state. But I only very briefly attack him up close because at any second he might do something that I need to dodge. So in that case, he did a big bash on the ground. He's only just finished that big bash on the ground, so I'm hoping we've got time to do Fire on another one of his horns, which will hopefully put him into a pressurized state. Does it? No, it doesn't. He's going to charge. Parry out of the way. Little vulnerable moment. Now he's going to do bash and smash. Just dodge out of the way. Try not to lead him into one of your other characters as you're dodging. Okay, so now he is in a pressurized state. Let's just attack him with focus abilities. You should get him staggered, which is what exactly has happened. Note that up until this point, we have taken exactly 0 damage. I just want to point that out. That's how effective this strategy is, and using parry. Yeah, finish him off, she says. All right, so now he's going to fall to the ground, and we're going to use Tifa's 3 chi abilities. So Rise and Fall, Omni Strike, and then Whirlwind Uppercut, and then maybe finish off with a Dive Kick. And if there's enough ATB, we're going to immediately use Unbridled Strength to put her back up to Chi level 2. Let's go. Okay, Rise and Fall, bang, 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 Omni Strike, Uppercut, Dive Kick, put her back to Chi level 1. Let's do an Uppercut. That builds up her ATB. And dodge out of the way. Now he's going to do Enrage. I believe that for a second he becomes invulnerable to attacks, which is why I haven't asked Cloud to do a braver attack or anything like that. Now, hopefully, well, I was waiting for that. He jumps up onto the railing. That's what he usually does, but not always. So you just want to wait to see. Just as he enters his second phase, he jumps up onto the railing, and he does this move called Blackwater Blast. This is why the names are so similar. I often just can't remember what the names are, but as soon as you see the animation, you'll know basically what it's going to do. So Blackwater Blast emits enormous amounts of, I suppose, black water, which blast from these huge pipes. Now, the best thing to do is to get away from it by going to this spot here. Wait for him to do that move. Now she's got plenty of time to use Unbridled Strength, go up to Chi level 3, which is perfect. The other two have full ATB. So let's optimize on the opportunity. Just now that he's just jumped up and back down again, there's a moment where we can use Fire on one of the horns. So let's do that. Now he is pretty dangerous in this phase. I'm not going to go up close to him because I think he might use, well, he's got a charge ability, and that charge is very difficult to dodge. But he's been pressurized, which is fantastic. So let's use Cloud's focus thrust and just start pressurizing him straight away. Okay, and we're just going to use another focus thrust against him. He's already so badly pressurized now. Like, he's already more than halfway being staggered again. Now he's going to jump into the water to recover a little bit. I've made mistakes with this before, thinking that when he jumps up from the water, he's vulnerable and ready for being attacked, but that's not the case. He's very, I mean, does roar like that, which is a bit of an opportunity. Okay, he's going to do back wash spout. Gosh, which one is that now? I can't even remember. Okay, it's whirlwinds manifesting in every single corner. So that is difficult to dodge. To an extent, I think we might not be able to dodge it. What I'm going to try and do is parry around to that corner and hopefully avoid it. Well, there you go. See, it's simply not always possible to dodge his attacks. But that doesn't matter, because we got Cure level 3, so we're just going to use Regen. That will not just cure them, but it'll also get rid of the poison effect on Tifa. So we'll do that. Tifa is going to live to continue fighting. She's no longer poisoned. Now he's going to jump up. Now when he's up there, he could either do Black Water Blast, or he could pounce. So you need to wait to see what he's going to do, because if you think he's going to do Black Water Blast and you run into that section there, but then he actually pounces, he's going to get ya. So let's just wait to see what he's actually going to do. I think he's going to pounce. There we go. Dodge out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to just pounce, pile the pressure on. Get about 2 pressurizes done on him, and now pressurizes. if that's a word, you know what I mean. Okay, now we're going to use Fyra against one of the horns, and hopefully that will pressurize him. He does ground pound, not a problem. Just dodge out of the way, and now he's pressurized again. Look at that. I mean, he's going down so quickly. Focus thrust and focused strike, and I think he's probably dead, because Tifa's at Chi level 3. She's going to use Rise and Fall, then Omni Strike, then Whirlwind Uppercut with a couple of dive kicks, and I think he's dead. So let's see how we go. Rise and Fall, bang, 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 Omni Strike, bang, Whirlwind Uppercut, dive kick, let's just do another dive kick, let's do an uppercut. I mean, the guy is dead, right? Look at that as well. Look at the stagger amount. 215% damage. Just a couple of punches and down he goes. So there you go. Victory is ours. Da, 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 da. Victory. So in that, there was only the one move that he does, and I forget what it's called. Something like backwater spout or something like that, which is like the 4 whirlwinds that appear in the 4 puddles. And you know, there's no way, sometimes I have not yet found a way to easily dodge that. Perhaps once I recognize the name, I'll know which corner to go to avoid it. But I guess the point is, it just doesn't really matter, because that's the only one that hit. Pretty much, I find most of the other attacks you can dodge really easily using parry. Because of how quickly we defeat him, sometimes he doesn't actually do all of his attacks. One of them is called Triple Charge. Triple Charge you can dodge with Tifa, and it's again a reason to not always be too close to him unless you know exactly what he's doing and know that you have an opportunity to attack. Up close attacking him, if you're going to use an ability against him, a command ability, with Tifa, use Overpower, because it's very quick, and then you can easily just dodge out of the way if you can see he's going to do something dangerous. But with things like his charge ability and the triple charge ability, you can dodge if you've left enough space between you and him, but he will also damage your other party members who will be blocking if they're controlled by the AI. So that's the only move that I can think of that he didn't do in this run through of the battle. But hopefully you can see how easy it is to actually defeat him once you know the tips and tricks, and once you use the wonderful Tifa to just avoid pretty much everything that he has to throw at you. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful. And if you've got any feedback, please let me know. But thank you very much for your time.